How's it going, y'all? I was gonna do a countdown, but I decided not to this time. But I guess that's all right. Welcome back to another edition of Horror Hangout. Um, gonna wait for some people to come in here, as always. But I'm just gonna basically start talking, probably just to wait until some people get in here. But um, tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be going on um, Craven's live stream, which that'll be a lot of fun. Um, that'll be a lot of fun tomorrow night. Very excited for that. Gonna be there with be going on the live stream with Marcus from my Shot Up Six Times and also Craven on his channel. Um, so that's gonna be a lot of fun to do that. Collab with them. I collabed with them before, but it's just been a while, so it's gonna be pretty fun. Um, so yeah, I just want you guys to know that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you all know, but yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll be going live tomorrow with them. I'll be on the panel, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, and also you guys probably see my video when I posted a Scream Six DVD, a Blu-ray DVD video. I had to change the title because I realized I just put DVD, but it's a Blu-ray. It's a regular Blu-ray DVD. It's not a 4K or Steelbook or anything. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, I suggest you guys go watch that video. It's I uploaded it, so it's gonna be. I'm pretty happy that I got it in the mail today. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait for some people to get in here. Kind of just hang out. For a little while. But probably for like a few hours, I would say. Then I'm probably gonna get off, but I'm gonna have some fun. For a little bit. Yeah, so it's gonna be very interesting. Scream 7 and all that. I was saying that I don't think it'll probably come out until 2025. And I think that with all these articles and all that, I think a lot of them are pretty fake. Like they're all saying that they're basically already filming, but I don't think that they started filming. I don't think that they started filming, honestly, because we haven't heard anything from Paramount and also Radio Silence. So I don't think that's true at all. I think that's all just fake, honestly. I think, honestly, I think my theory is right. I don't think that we're going to get it until 2025, 2026. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I don't think that we're going to get it right away. I think we're going to have to wait at least a few years until we do get it. But I think it's going to be a really good film. I really do. I definitely think that we are getting a Scream 7. I know that without a shadow of a doubt that we're getting a Scream 7. Because how good Scream 6 did. Like I just don't think that they will just quit making the movie, quit making the movies. Like they're gonna have a trilogy, another, basically gonna be a follow-up from Scream 6, but it's gonna be a trilogy. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. I think it's gonna be a really good movie. And I think it's going to be fun. It's kind of fun, that we're kind of theorizing about it. A lot of people think that Stu's dead and all that. There's a lot of people that, Kevin Williamson, as far as him like coming out saying that, basically Stu's dead. It's kind of suspicious that he kind of, changed the story, after, like he basically can't make up his mind. Like he can't give like a straight answer like about it. So it's kind of weird, It's kind of weird that he said that leading up, to Scream 6. That he said that Stu is dead. Like right when Scream 6 was released, I think he came out and said that he said that he's dead. So I find that a little bit suspicious that he comes out and just randomly says that, like out of the blue, just before Scream 6 comes out. Like, I think it was before Scream 6 was released. Like, so I kind of find that a little crazy that he comes out like right when it's getting released and says that like out of the blue, like. So I don't know if that's just I don't know if he really means it. Because we all know Matthew Lillard doesn't believe that his character's dead. I don't believe his character's dead because if he was truly dead, I don't think they would have, I don't think they would have tried to, bring him back for Scream 3. If that was the case, if he was dead, they would have kept him. They wouldn't have had plans to bring him back from the get-go. So that's just my opinion. And another thing is too is like people that hate Stu always say, "Well, how come Wes Craven and them didn't like the idea?" That's truly not the case. What really happened was it was the Combine shooting that caused them not to bring him back, or else they would have did it. It had nothing to do with him not, wanting, had nothing to do with them not liking the idea. They wanted it. They wanted him to return. They had plans to bring him back, The Combine shooting, though, ruined that. So that's the reason. That's the real reason why it didn't happen, And a lot of people, a lot of Stu haters out there basically say that, oh, well, they didn't like the idea. That's just not the case. It was the Combine shooting that prevented that from happening. The Combine shooting was the real reason, why they didn't do it, or else they probably would have did it. I mean, Matthew Lillard basically was explaining everything. Now he was going to be in Scream 3. He was going to be revealed as a killer. He's basically going to get revenge on Sydney and all that. Like, so I think so the plan was, I think he was going to be in jail, I believe. And he was basically going to be getting revenge on Sydney, I believe it was. But I don't remember. All I know is that the plan was that he was going to get revenge on Sydney. That was the plan. So that's all I know. I don't know about the jail thing, but I think the jail thing was, I think, just a theory that people had. Saying that he was in jail and all that. I don't really think that he is in jail, because if he's free and if he's going to be a Ghostface killer, I don't know how he would be in jail if he was the one that truly killed Dewey, and that'd mean that he was basically free, and he's not in jail. Because if he was in jail and he killed Dewey, well, that would mean that wouldn't make any sense for that to be Stu, because he would be in prison. Like, how's it going, Derek? Thank you for popping in. He said, "Hey, from Ontario, Canada. Oh, how's it going, man? Just talking about some Scream 7 and the stew theory and all that. Um, how you doing today, man? Thank you for popping in." But yeah, if Stu was truly in jail right now, if Stu was in jail, he wouldn't be. Honestly, I just don't think that. I just don't think that he would have been able to kill Dewey. You know, if they're going with that, he's in jail, and if he's in jail, there's no way possible that he killed Dewey. But if they reveal in Scream 7, just say if they bring him back and then they say he's in jail, well, that wouldn't make any sense for him to kill Dewey because during all that time he would have been in jail and he wouldn't have been able to kill anybody, in my opinion. But that's only if they go with that. Like he said, "I'm good. You're welcome." Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. Like I said, I'm just talking about some stew theories and all that. Talking about the stew thing and the whole Kevin Williamson thing. The how he's saying that Stu's dead all of a sudden now before Scream 6 got released. What's up, everyone? I smashed that like button before I came. What's up, Russell? How's it going, man? Thank you for showing the support, and thank you for smashing that like button. I encourage everybody in the chat to hit that like button. But yeah, I'm just talking about the stew theory right now, and how how if he was in jail, how would he be able to kill Dewey? Like if they're gonna go that route, with Scream 7. Like I don't know how that would be possible. But if he's free and if he's not in jail, I mean, it's very possible that he could have broke out of jail, kind of like the Michael Myers thing. But at the same time, I don't know how that would work. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good, man. Like I said, I was just talking about the stew theory, talking about the whole Kevin Williamson thing, how he basically said that Stu's dead, before Scream 6 was even released. Like, so I kind of find that a little suspicious that all these years he's been he hasn't really been, he hasn't really gave a straight answer about, Stu being alive. Like, I just don't think. Now, if they do go that route and say that he was in prison, I could totally see a scenario where maybe he was in like jail and he broke out or something. I mean, I could see that, like kind of like the Michael Myers treatment. But I don't know. I don't know if he would be in jail when he like in Scream like 7 when he gets revealed. Because if he's revealed as a killer, obviously that means that he's not in jail, right? I mean, there's a possibility that he could break out of jail. Let's just say he broke out in the events of like Scream 4 or something, or even Scream 3, because a lot of people think that he was in Scream 3 still, even though he wasn't physically in the film. They're saying that basically, because Ghostface was teleporting a lot, and theories surrounding is saying that he was in, Scream 3 and all that. Like, This is my theory. If it wasn't Stu, it could have been Charlie Walker, since people are saying he's alive. Hey man, although I'm not, although I don't like that theory, even if I don't like that theory, you know, I guess I'll be okay with it. Even though I find it believable, and I don't find it to be realistic that he would be able to survive, a stab to the heart. I still truly do think that I do think that it would be a good. I think it would be a pretty good. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind it, even though I didn't really care for Charlie as a killer. In Stream Four, we'll see what happens. But a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying, maybe it was Charlie. Maybe Charlie was the one. Maybe they're saying that basically he survived, all in the stab to the heart and all that in Scream 4. But I mean, maybe it is. But I truly want it to be Stu, And if it is if it is something to where we do get Stu, and like Charlie is like a part of like his cult or something, I mean, I would be okay with that as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, as long as it's not, as long as it doesn't get like ruined or anything, and they do it the right way, and if it's done right, I just don't want. I mean, I do think there's a possibility. I do think there's a possibility that Stu is gonna have a whole bunch of cult like members. Okay, so if Stu does have cult members, isn't it safe to say that Angelina could be one of them? Like, because I could totally think I totally think that Angelina would be actually a great cult member. With Stu, like, that's just my opinion on that. Like, I truly do think that it would be. I think that Stu would be a great, or Angelina would be a great member of his. Like, she would be like a great like cult member. But I guess a lot of people really want it to be, because I definitely think that it was a man, regardless if it's Stu or not. I do think it was a man that killed Dewey. It definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't Amber who saw. I think the same thing about Kirby and Scream 4 when Charlie stabbed her. That was a little different though. And the reason why that's a little different to me is because Wes Craven had plans to bring Kirby back already. He had plans to bring Jill back, in Scream 5. He had plans that basically that Jill was supposed to go to college with Kirby. And he had that plan, and Kirby, I think he was gonna make Kirby like the next like final girl, like a Sydney character. I think that he was gonna, he was going in that direction with her. I think that she was gonna be the final girl. Had we, of course, if we would have got his version, she probably would have been the final girl. I think he had plans to make her the final girl. He was gonna bring her back. He was gonna bring Jill back. Like I said, so I mean, I think it's a little bit of a different, scenario. But no, I totally get what you're saying. Because yeah, I don't know how long she bled out, but yeah, I totally think it's like a kind of a different scenario, because yeah, Wes Craven did have plans, to bring her back. The Gail Weathers theory has been thinking a lot. There will be a great twist if she's revealed a lot of people would be shot. You're talking about as a Ghostface killer? Because honestly, honestly, I really wouldn't mind that. You know, I really wouldn't mind that. But to me, she's like an OG character, and I don't really think that they're gonna do that personally. But I could totally see it. I mean, I could totally I could totally see it like working. For like shock value and all that. Like, I think that it's definitely gonna be a shocker that she's the killer, and then or even Kirby. But I highly doubt that they're gonna make Kirby the killer. Gale though, I've been thinking that Gale would be a good killer. Like, maybe let's just say that like Gale. Let's just say that Dewey knew that. Let's just say that Dewey knew that Stu was alive, but let's just say that Gale knows as well, and that Gale knows that he's alive, but she didn't write the book about it because she didn't want Sydney to know. And then all of a sudden she becomes the killer, and she's like in like his cult or something, like, and they're basically working together. Now that would be, I think that would be pretty interesting. Definitely. The only thing that I don't like is that if they're gonna make, I don't want them to make Sydney the killer. That's the only thing. That's the only thing because she's a final girl, and there's no point in making her the killer. It's like making Michael Myers. It's like making Laurie Strode Michael Myers all of a sudden, and it wouldn't make sense for Sydney to all of a sudden become the Ghostface killer. Like, a lot of people like that idea, and that's pretty. That's all cool and all. A lot of people have their own preferences and all that, but for me, I personally don't. I don't want Sydney to become the killer. I think that just ruins her character as the final girl. I could see, Sam being more believable, than Sydney, but that's just me. I could be wrong. Was it Charlie that stabbed Curry, or was it Jill? It was funny because I watched it on Netflix a couple months ago. Screen for it, but I forgot. It was Charlie. Charlie was the one that killed that stabbed Kirby, because Charlie was tied to the chair or whatever. Kirby goes and unties him. He grabs the knife and stabs her, turns on her, deceived her basically to believe that that he wasn't going to do nothing to her, and he did. So yeah, it was Charlie that stabbed her. Charlie could definitely be, a returning character, but I just truly don't see it. And if he does return, I'll come on here and admit that I was wrong, you know. But I truly just don't think that I think that there's more clues about Stu, than Charlie, in my opinion. Potentially even both, but oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying too. Because to me, Sydney Prescott is the final girl, and at the end of the day, it's just like making Laurie Strode Michael Myers, like I said, like out of nowhere for no reason. All of a sudden, she's just gonna come out of nowhere and just become the killer after all these years. Like now, when she has kids, she's got a husband now. She's all of a sudden just gonna come out of nowhere and become a killer. Like, I mean, it's just it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for her character. You know what I mean? She's the final girl. That ruins her. It ruins her as a character. It ruins her character. It ruins her. It just ruins her character all around. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, I don't know how else to really say it. You know, it just ruins her character, in my opinion. To make her the killer all of a sudden, all these years. In all these movies, she was basically a hero, and all of a sudden now, out of nowhere, she's just going to become the killer. All right, that just doesn't make any sense. Her husband being a ghostface killer, I could see that. Oh yeah, I could totally see that too. I mean, although I don't really want to see that, just because she's. I'd much rather her be happy and not have a husband be a killer. You know, I'd much rather her be like a happy person and have a happy ending. Have live a good life with their husband and kids and all that. And not have to worry about her husband being a killer because she already went through that with Billy. She's already lost Derek. You know, she had to kill Billy. Well, Bill or Gail killed Billy, but you get what I mean. So I just feel like she deserves a happy ending at the end of the day, but it ruins her legacy too. Oh yeah, it does. I don't think Wes Craven would have ever did that. Wes Craven would have never ever. He would never ever. He never had plans of doing that whatsoever. Whatsoever. I don't care what anybody says. Wes Craven would have never ever. He would never make Sydney the Ghostface Killer. Would never do that. He would have never killed Dewey either. He never had plans. He just would have never did that, in my opinion. He would have never, ever, ever made her the killer. That's one thing that he would have never did. Them going after her mammy would definitely bring her into the fold. Yeah, I definitely think like maybe like we have a scenario where like the Stu Colt maybe like kidnaps the kids or something, and then she gets back into the picture, and like Mark gets back into the picture again. And that's how they get involved again, and they try to go rescue the kids, and then Stu potentially gets revealed at the end of the movie, which that would be very interesting. Um, but yeah, I could totally see a scenario like that for sure. That could definitely work. Which actress do you want to see play Car? Oh, what's up, Scott Walker? Which actress do you want to see play Christina Carpenter in Screen 7? I would love to see Jennifer Love here and Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, either that or maybe what's that girl from Twilight? I forget her name. She was supposed to be. She wanted to actually be a part of Scream 5, I believe. I think she was in talks or something like that, or Scream 6. I think she wanted to be in Scream 6 for. I forget her name, but yeah, I think she would be a pretty cool person to bring. Or you could bring the original actor back from, let's just say, from Scream 1996. Whichever actress, I don't know what her name is or anything, but you could bring that original actress back. Like, But yeah, Christina Carpenter, that thing is just really interesting, you know? Very interesting. I could totally see a scenario where Christina Carpenter, is in the fold, where she comes back because I do think that in Scream 1996, that's her. I think she's one of the cheerleaders, honestly. Like, I definitely think that she was the one with the blue cheerleading outfit um, in the bathroom scene. That's just my opinion, though. What do you think of the idea of a Killer Ronald McDonald movie? Oh yeah, I've actually seen people do fan films. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it would be pretty cool. I mean, we do need more horror movies. More. Christine Stewart, yes, yes, she wanted to come back for. She wanted to come back and she wanted to do I think Scream 6 or even Scream 5. I forget, but she wanted to be involved. So the main question is, if she does get involved, will she? I think she would be the perfect actress. I think to play Christina Carpenter. That's just my opinion. But um, maybe her, like I said, um, like Scott Walker said, Jennifer Love or Jennifer Lopez, one of those two. But I think Kristen Stewart would be a great or Kristen Stewart, excuse me, would be a great actress to play Christina Carpenter because she had plans. And the reason why I say that is because she had plans. She wanted to be a part of Scream. She wanted to be a part of Scream 6. Um, I think she wanted to be a part of Scream 4 even, or Scream 5. I forget, but I knew she wanted to be a part of Scream 6. I still do believe the girl in the blue dress at Steve's party. Yeah. Christina Carter, because the way she was hanging around Steve. Yep, yep, I think so too. I definitely think so. She'd probably be a killer in Scream movie. Yeah, that's a possibility, or maybe like a killer or something. I think she would be a great killer, honestly. But like I said, I think it would be very interesting to see her play Christina Carpenter, or like I said, getting that actress from who played her in 1996, who played that girl in the blue dress. You could try to get that original actress to come back possibly. If she would be down to do it, but that's definitely an option. Um, what do you think Sydney's father died? When do I think he died? They said that he died between Scream 3 and Scream 4, but they don't say how. All I know is that they say he died in between 3 and 4. So he died probably at the event after the events of Scream 3. So, but they don't say how or like what his cause of death was or anything. They just say that he died. I believe they did that idea in drive-through. Wasn't McDonald's? What guy was that killer clown? Oh yeah, I think. Yeah, I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of it right now. But yeah, Sydney's father died in between screen 3 and 4. Uh, like I said, we don't know anything, any cause of death. We don't know what the cause of death was, but that's what they had said. Yeah, Sydney's dad got written out, so they said he died. Yeah, yeah, he basically he got written out of the story, so they said he died. So there was no reasoning. There was no they didn't say how or anything. We obviously didn't see it, you know. I think he died from all the stress from what his wife did, and Sydney abandoned Woodrow, trying to get her life in the past. But the past could win her, and her father wanted her to return home. Oh yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. I definitely think that's very possible. Maybe he died maybe because he was full of stress. You know, I could totally see that being the case. Um, I guess we will never know. They never really said so, but that's definitely a pretty good theory there. Hey guys, oh how's it going, Craven? Thank you for popping in. Great seeing you, man. We're just talking about Scream. I was just talking about the stew theory and all that. Um, about how believable it would be for him to be in prison. Um, and all that. But I was basically talking about saying that um, I don't think it would be possible for him to be in jail or prison because if he killed, Dewey or whatever, he would be out, you know. But he could have broke out too. Hi Steven, how you doing? Yeah. Well, keep in mind that the only scene saying his dad was the least here for string for. It was not because Reed Allen to bring him back. Oh, really? Yeah, I just heard Fate tell me. Fate was all saying that they basically died in between 3 and 4, but that's definitely wow. So it's definitely not really confirmed. Then it's not really. It's basically just in a deleted scene. So yeah, he could definitely come back then. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I would be down for that. Even Hank Loomis as well. Yeah, that's a great theory. Yeah, that's a great theory. That is. That's a really great theory. I love that theory. That makes a lot of sense. That he, if it was in a deleted scene, well, theoretically he could come back still because it wasn't in a real. It's not. It wasn't in the real movie. They didn't say that in the actual movie. Like, so you're right. Yeah, they could definitely do that. I mean, that's very possible. Hank is related to Billy Loomis. He's Billy Loomis's father. He's the father of Billy Loomis. So he's the grandfather of Sam. He could come back as well, I think. I think my theory is that what's to say that Sam doesn't become dark, that she doesn't come fully dark side or anything. She could maybe like Hank Loomis could like try to stop her or something, be the type to stop her, you know. But yep, Hank Loomis is or Hank is his name is Hank Loomis. He's the father of Billy. What okay, about the crash, but wanted to say hello. I got a question. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah, Craven. I appreciate you, man. It's gonna be really fun. Tomorrow stream. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, because people were saying Billy's dad was a lawyer. Um, I mean, yeah, technically, but he was also, I think, a sheriff. He might have been a lawyer though too. He might have been just a lawyer. I'm not really 100%. Oh, okay, Craven. Are you gonna be heading out or? How cool would it be for students say from President he kills the guards for the governor are dressed up as Ghostface and the cult members breaking him out of jail and his friend Karen. Hey, that would be pretty cool, but that would be pretty cool because I think that would make the most sense. Because again, if he killed Dewey, realistically, that would mean that he broke out of jail somehow. You know, he broke out of prison in some way. You know, like Michael Myers. Oh, Hank was a lawyer. Yes. Okay. Yeah, because he worked with. Yeah, he was a lawyer. That's right. He was a lawyer at Sunrise Studios. And Milton was in his heyday. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. And he actually had an affair. Hank Loomis had an affair with Sydney's mother. So I wonder if Stu is gonna like reveal all that if when he returns. Like, is he gonna reveal like all that like about like the reasonings why Hank Loomis had an affair with Sydney's mother? Like, I always wondered if he's gonna like reveal any of that. Like, because that would definitely be pretty interesting there to see and maybe like reveal all that. Hey man, that's very possible. Although I don't see, although a lot of people think that Charlie's going to return, you know, hey, I mean, it could very well happen. I could be very wrong, but I just don't truly think that realistically that he's going to. I don't think he's going to survive a a stab to the heart, in my opinion. You know, I just don't think he will. I don't think that's very. I don't think that's even possible. But what if they faked it and made it look like that he got stabbed in the heart, but he really didn't? I mean, I could see a scenario like that, but if they reveal that, of course, then I'll find it more believable. But they say they don't reveal anything. He just returns out of nowhere. I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna find that believable because to me, he got stabbed in the heart, and realistically, you really can't survive a stab to the heart. Like, but I personally don't think a lot of people were saying, can Angelina return? I think Angelina could return still. A lot of people think it's too late in the game. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. But at the same time, if Charlie could return, I think Angelina could return. If people really think that Stu or that Charlie, could survive a stab to the heart, well, I think that Angelina could have survived the events of Scream 3, and because we didn't even see her get killed whatsoever. We only saw her body get dragged away. We didn't even see her like actually get killed. You know, and she wasn't on the official kill list. But that's not the only reason why I think she's alive. I think she's alive for the simple fact of that. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, but that's not the only reason. The other reasoning is because she was, I think, secretly the second killer. In Scream 3, and the movie is filmed like that. Like, and also, I think, she wanted to basically escape, escape, escape because she didn't want to like deal with, getting in trouble, getting caught, because if she was involved or whatever, you wouldn't want to get caught, right? You would want to, escape. So I think that's what could have happened. I think she wanted to escape, and you know, she didn't want to, risk getting caught or anything. So that's just my theory. Um, and I don't even think if she does come back, I don't think that she would. I don't think she has to be a Ghostface killer necessarily. I definitely think that she could come back as a regular, a regular character where, she basically, um, how she was in Scream 3, where she's basically just, suspicious throughout the whole film. How she was just a normal character, but she didn't get revealed as a Ghostface. You don't have to necessarily make her a Ghostface killer. You can make her just a regular character, just being like a background character or something like, and maybe she, gets killed off or whatever. Maybe it like she's like in the reveal at the end. Kind of like how Liv, when people thought that she's the second killer or the third killer in Scream 5, you know, how she got killed at the end. It could be something like that where we don't find out. But obviously, you still think that she is, but you don't find out for sure. Like, so she could be definitely like a background character. Like, I'm thinking Charlie might be in Stu's call, but he's not going to be in the surprise reveal. I believe it's going to be Stu and Sydney telling him. But if it's not Stu, it's a missed opportunity. Oh yeah, it's a total missed opportunity. Like I said, if they don't realistically, if they don't, if he does not return in Scream, if he does not return in Scream 7, then I truly don't think it's going to happen at all. I just don't. I think this is the only time to really do it. I think this is the only time to really do it because number one, this is a trilogy and this is the best time. You know, they were supposed to do it in Scream 3, but this is another trilogy, so this is the time to do it, you know. It fits well with the trilogy, you know, for him to return. That's why I don't think if he doesn't return, that's why I don't think it's going to ever happen, you know, because it wouldn't make sense for them to just bring him back in like Scream 8 or Scream 9. You know, it just wouldn't fit. I think it makes more sense for him to come back, you know, in the trilogy, you know. That's just my opinion. I just think it would be a missed opportunity to not bring him back in the, you know, the trilogy. Like, in Scream 4, what did you think of Sydney's pose when she was really being about my care, not paying? Yeah, I mean, I guess she was okay. I mean, I didn't really like care for her like that, but I guess she was okay. She was an okay character. I think there was somebody related to her in Scream 5 or Scream 6. Um, or was that just a theory that people were talking? I think people were talking about a theorizing a little bit. In Scream TV series, they bring it back after Scream 7 because I don't see the top in the original Scream franchise. Yeah, I don't see it either. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I think Scream 7 is the time to do it. You know, a lot of people think that it could happen in TV series, but honestly, okay, I wouldn't mind that, but at the same time, it wouldn't mean as much. You know, it wouldn't mean as much as in, you know, as it happened in a real movie, like in an actual like film. You know, having it in the TV show, like I said, it's cool and all, but at the same time, I think it's better to have it, you know, to have him return in a real film because it means more. You know, it means a lot more to me. You know, so the TV show is basically just a TV show. It's a series. And it's not, you know, they may not even bring Matthew Lillard back. They may just bring a look-alike into it, which I don't want that. I want Matthew Lillard back, you know, and I want to see Matthew Lillard. I don't want to see no other actor play him, you know. That would be my only problem. So that, I don't know. For me, I want him to be in the real film. It means a lot more, you know. In Scream 4, I did not like Sydney's pose that she was rude and didn't care about the people that murder. She only cares about money. She did. I don't think she cares about. Yeah, that's why I didn't really care for her. She was a kind of a rude bastard. Like she was kind of like a dickhead. Sorry for my language, but I'm kind of glad that Sydney kind of fired her. You know, she deserved it in the end. Just sucks that we could be waiting longer for Five Nights at Freddy's because of the start going on. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I've also heard that that there was like a lawsuit going on with the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what I'm. Or you may be talking. I think you're may. I think. Yeah, I think you're talking about another franchise, right? Not Nightmare on Elm Street. In Scream 4, how did Charlie Walker put blood in his face mask at night and can I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. That's kind of suspicious on itself. Was Stu involved? I think that's why I think Stu is truly involved in Scream 4 as well. Because yeah, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't add up. How is it that like how is a ghost face mask? How do they put that mask in the back of the car? Like in broad daylight, oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. No, I'm talking about movies in general. Five Nights at Freddy with Matthew. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that movie. So I kind of got confused. But yeah, man, this whole Charlie Walker, like I said, if it happens, hey, I'm gonna admit that I was wrong. At the end of the day, you know, and of course, people are entitled, to their own opinion when it comes to Charlie Walker and all that. You know, it could very well happen. But if that could happen, then I guess Jill, you can make a case that Jill, the Jill return could happen, but I don't even see that happening either. And that's just me, but that very well could happen, maybe theoretically, maybe you could get a Jill, Charlie, possible Angelina, all these characters from the past, like possibly being involved, like with Stu. I mean, I could totally see that, like them being like in his cult or something, but I just don't really think, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think Jill's gonna return or anything. I think Jill's dead. Um, Honestly, I think Charlie is too, but I very well could be wrong. In Screen 5, the sheriff Judy Hicks was not a cop, or not was not a cop. She didn't do a night curfew like in the original movie. Interpreting from Ghostface. She wasn't very good at her job. Yeah, I noticed that too. And you know what else I noticed is that her and Dewey didn't even collab with it. They didn't even interact with each other like at all. We didn't have one scene with Dewey and Judy like interacting. Like I think that's poverty. That's poverty to me. Like they should have interacted. We could be waiting longer. It was supposed to come out in October in theaters. Oh, yeah, I've never heard of that film. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. Jill got shock therapy from Sydney. Was yeah, it was though. I'm not even gonna lie. But they like I just don't think that Jill is gonna survive that. Realistically, because I think she'd be brain dead right now. And she wouldn't be able to really. Her brain wouldn't be able to. It would just be her brain would be fried. You know. So I don't think that she could come back from that. But hey, I could be wrong. But I think Matthew Lillard will do Scream 7 after Scream after 5 nights. That's why what I think will happen. With my honest opinion, that's what might happen. He could get asked after this film. Yeah, I can definitely see that being a possibility, but I've never seen Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I said, I'll have to definitely watch that. But yeah, I definitely think that if Matthew Lillard really negotiated with Radio Silence, like people are saying, like all these articles, which I don't think is true because it's not confirmed. And plus, even if that is the case, even if that is the case, it's not like Radio Silence is going to come out and just say that they're, Matthew Lillard, was in talk with them and all that. Like, they're not going to come out and say that. They're going to, I would actually want them to lie to me, more than anything, because I want it to be a surprise, like I said. So I'd much rather them lie to us about it because I want it to be a surprise. And then they're not going to come out and just say, oh, he's coming back. Like, so all these articles out there that I was reading, I think are all fake. They're all just made up by, I think they're all just made up, all fake. Depends on how long this strike takes. Yeah. Because yeah, if you really think about it, if it was really true, Radio Silence would have said something already. They would have. But like I said, Radio Silence wouldn't even say. Even if Matthew Lillard was in talks with them, they wouldn't come out and say that. Like, they're gonna keep it a secret, and I would expect them to keep it a secret. You know, I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect them to come out and just say it. To tell, come out and tell us because I'd be giving away the surprise. But it's going to be very, very interesting. Scream 7 is, I think theoretically, we're going to have to wait for, another 2 years. We're going to have to wait till 2025, I believe. That's just what I think. There's just no way that it's going to be released next year, in my opinion. We haven't got any news yet. You would think that we would have got some news, about it, like from Radio Silence themselves. But we haven't got anything from them, so that's why I don't think that it's going to come out next year. I can't say anything. They'll lose their job. Yeah, they'll lose their job about what? Like about saying that they're starting to film, or about the Stu thing? Because yeah, if it's the Stu thing, then yeah, they could. Good night, fellas. See you tomorrow night. Goes Fish Fanatic. Okay, man. Yup, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for popping in. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. What the brightest thing happening will give greater signs and not blind the change happening in aspects and enough able to return. You think it's possible? Oh yeah, I definitely think it's very possible because I think Nev Campbell could definitely she could definitely return. She could definitely return to this film. I think it depends on how she feels. You know, if she feels like she's not getting paid, um, if she feels like she's not getting paid enough, well then she's not gonna forgive him for what they did. I think there's a possibility though that she could forgive him. Honestly, I really do believe that. Like, I believe that people are willing to forgive, and move on from that, and they're willing to give her the money that she deserves. Well, I think she's gonna come back, but I guess we'll have to see. Out of all the killers in Screen franchise, out of all the killers in Screen franchise, Scream 3, I think. I think Scream 3 realistically had the best. Okay, you could say, like, yeah, the first Scream movie obviously is always going to be the best, but I just like the unmasking. I liked when they unmasked themselves, you know. So I think Scream 3 was definitely the best reveal, one of the best reveals, in my opinion. Like, I just love that ending. I love the fight between him and Sydney, Roman and Sydney. Like, that whole thing was just absolutely just outstanding. I love that scene. I loved every bit of that scene. Like, it just seemed like real, like intense, Like, oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they won't reveal Sydney. They won't reveal anyone. Yeah. Scream 1, yeah. Scream 1 and 4 are my favorite Ghostface reveals. Yeah, Scream 4 is pretty good, but I had to say, like I said, Scream 3 is definitely the best, like one of the best. Like, just that whole reveal, that the fact that Roman fakes his death and you think that it's somebody else, you know, it's a really good reveal. That makes it even a better reveal. And just like I said, the whole fight scene, just the whole when him and Sydney are like fighting each other, brawling with each other. I think that's just the best part. Like, it feels real. It's like intense. Like, but that's me. That's personally me. I'm a defender of that film. Screen 1996. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure though. What are the chances Matthew Lillard and Nev Campbell had private meetings and talk with Radio Silence about returning for Screen 7? What about those fake articles? What do you mean? There's fake articles out there, I think. Basically people saying that they've already began filming and all that, which I don't think is true, because we would have got news from Paramount. We would have got some kind of little something from Paramount, from the Screen Movies Twitter page and all that. Like, we probably would have got something, from them. I would think, right? So that's why I think if it's not confirmed by Radio Silence or Paramount or the Screen Movies Twitter page, well, it's more likely not true. So that's why I think it's fake. Why most of the articles out there are fake. $2025 is my guess. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that we're gonna have to wait 2 years. 2 years is definitely, definitely what I'm thinking, because that would mean that basically they won't start filming until 2024, the summer of 2024. So realistically, then it won't get released until 2025. That's what I think. Billy and Stu and Jill and Charlie Waters. Oh, yeah, Roman. Yep, Sydney's brother. Yep, he's my favorite killer. He's my favorite killer. I'm sorry, he just is. He's the most underrated killer in the whole franchise. Like, yeah, okay, nobody's gonna top Billy or Stu, but I think realistically, Roman was the smartest killer, like in the franchise. Like, he was the one that set up the events of Scream 1996, and he's the first killer to basically work alone. Yeah, theoretically, he had a partner, but I'm just saying he did all the killings by himself. Like, and he's the only killer to wear a bulletproof vest. So I think that he's definitely underrated, like the most underrated killer in the franchise. Like, a lot of people don't give him love because a lot of people don't like the film. The ultimate battle between brother and sister in Scream 3 where they're fighting over their mother. That's what they're doing to me. Oh yeah, but I still think it's the most intense moment. You know, I think it's believable. It makes a lot of sense. Basically it just seemed like a real moment. It seemed real. That's just me personally. I'm a defender of the film. I'm a total defender of Scream 3. Like, Scream 3 is my second favorite Scream film. So yeah, maybe I am being a little biased, a little bit, but I'm a defender of Scream 3, like total defender. In Scream 3, when Sydney and Roman and find not there, find out the money yeah, Scream 3, like I said, that battle was just so real. So real and so intense, in my opinion. Probably the most realist, the most intense moment throughout the franchise. Like, well, I'm heading out. Good night, everyone. I gotta get some rest. Okay, man. I appreciate you showing some support and popping in. Greatly appreciated, man. Be sure to watch Craven's stream tomorrow night because I'll be on the panel with him and Marcus. I shot him 6 times, which is going to be, a lot of fun. But have a great night, man. Scream 3 is good. Oh yeah, it's really good. It's underrated. Like I said, I'm a defender of Scream 3. I'm a total defender of Scream 3. Like, Scream 3 is the most underrated movie. I don't care what anybody says. They get hate on it. Of course, people are entitled to their own opinion. But Scream 3 to me is the most underrated Scream film. I don't care what anybody says. I enjoyed that film. It's so rewatchable. Every moment, the chase scenes, the characters were enjoyable. The Hollywood setting was enjoyable, to me. Roman's the most underrated killer. Um, and I'm going to talk about this real quick too. Like people always say, well, how come Roman and Sydney didn't interact in the movie? And a lot of people were complaining about that, saying that they wish that they would have interacted and all that. But to me, it wouldn't have made any sense for them to interact with each other. It wouldn't have made any sense for them to interact with each other because you're basically giving away the mystery of Roman as a killer. You know, I think it made a lot of sense for them to wait until the end, to reveal him, for him and Sydney to brawl it out with each other. As opposed to actually interacting with each other throughout the movie. That's just my opinion. I think that it made a lot more sense for them to wait till the end of the movie, for them to basically for him to get revealed. Because then they brawled it out, and it seemed like a real moment, an intense moment, like I don't think it would have been as intense if they interacted with each other early in the movie. Like, so I think it gives away the mystery of Roman, personally. It's because Sydney Pregnant forgot she had a brother. Exactly. She didn't even know she had a brother. That's what I was saying. So why in the world would they interact with each other not even knowing? They wouldn't even know each other anyways. That's why I always say, like, the reveal, when they don't interact with each other, that makes it more of a mystery of who Roman is. You don't know this guy at all. All you know is that he's a director of Stab. That's all you know. You don't know anything about him until the end of the movie. Until him and Sydney, interact with each other for the first time. So that's why I think it made a lot more sense for them to interact with each other at the end of the movie in the reveal, as opposed in the middle of the movie, because it just adds more mystery to Roman as a person and as a killer, as a person, Sydney didn't know him, so yeah, I agree with that. Makes it even more iconic. It's the most iconic reveal, in my opinion. In Scream 3, why was Sydney and Brown fighting over their mother, but now the point of the fight over there? Yeah, but at the same time, it wasn't only that. It was because he was jealous of Sydney of the life that she had that he didn't have. It wasn't just about the mother. It's intense. To me, it's the most intense. It's the most intense moment in the Scream franchise, like without a doubt. I mean, a brother and a sister fighting each other like that, brawling out, like that's intense to me. Like that's what people don't understand. But of course, there's people. People have their own opinion. People have their own, preferences and all that. At the end of the day, and I understand that. So there's a lot of people that will like the film. There's a lot of people that won't like the film. There's a lot of people out there that absolutely just hate this film, but I think it gets too much hate. And like I said, I'm a defender of it. I'm always going to be a defender of it. Like, no matter what, like, I just enjoyed everything about it. The characters. Parker Posey was absolutely great too. Like, I liked all the characters really, but and he faked his death, which is very smart. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's the most. And that's another question too. That's another reason why I think that he's the smartest killer, and why I think he's the greatest killer, the best killer in the franchise, because he's the only one. He's the one that set up the events in 1996, and he's the one that basically the only killer to wear a bulletproof vest, smart enough to wear a bulletproof vest, and then fakes death in the middle of the movie to get you thinking to somebody else. Like, come on, man. You can't say that you don't like that. Like, that's like the most underrated. Like, that's the reason why he's the most underrated killer, in my opinion. There's no other killer that did that. Like, I just said before, what are the chances of Matthew Lillard never can? I already answered that question, dude. Quit trolling. Okay. I don't mean to be a dickhead, but you're trolling the kind of, man, and I don't appreciate it. Okay. Sorry about that, Russell. I was talking to Scott here because Scott has been trolling a little bit. He's been asking me the same questions that I basically answered already. And I've already told him, to quit trolling the chat, or else I'm going to time him out. McQuinn was a nod to Roman because she faked her death in Screen 6, but wasn't as iconic as Screen 3. Oh, no. Screen 3 is far more iconic. Roman was the first one, to do it. So Roman's just as iconic. So when she stabbed Roman, you could tell if she still cared about him, even though he was trying to kill her. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And that's another question, too. Like, how in the world? And sorry, Scott, I didn't mean to be a dickhead to you, man. But you can't keep asking the same questions that I answered, right? That's the reason why I think that you're a troll sometimes. Because I've seen you in other chats, too, that I just don't appreciate it. So just try to keep it clean and don't be trolling, all right? I'm not trying to be mean. I want everybody to get along. I'm a nice person. I want everybody to, have a good time, but I don't want you to be, like I said, trolling, the chat, all right? Like, but yeah. Roman's fake death is more iconic, obviously, because it's, Screen 3 is basically the original. One of the originals. What do you think Steph doing Screen 1996? Billy? I think Billy did. Well, actually, no. I think Stu did, because I don't know if you remember when Billy was upstairs, Stu actually stabs him. when he plays dead basically upstairs. So maybe he did put on the costume and ended up doing that, but I think that's still, I don't know. That's a very interesting question. Because realistically, if he was upstairs, how was he able to stab Dewey if he was upstairs the whole time, basically playing dead? Like, yeah, man, I just don't want you to like troll it. I just don't want you to like I want everybody to have a good time here. I'm glad that you're a part of this community, and I appreciate you. But when you start like trolling and all that, I don't appreciate that. Like, I'm not trying to be like a dickhead or anything, but I'm just being honest with you. Like, what's up, DJ? How's it going, man? Thank you for popping in. We're basically just talking about Scream 3 and all that, how I think it's the most underrated film in the franchise. Like, the guys that left Stu's house when Randy told them the principal was killed, the defendant got already there. Do you think they got out there before the cops got there? Um, the guys that left Stu's house when Randy told the principal was killed, the defendant got already there. They got there. The guys got there. I don't really know. Honestly, that's a very good question. Honestly, think so. You said the guys that left Steve's house when Randy told the principal was killed. Defend the cops already there. Do you think they got there before the cops got there? Uh, Possibly. Roman is one of my Roman's my favorite killer. I don't know if you knew that. Um, I've been on record saying that he's the most underrated killer because he's the only killer to wear a bulletproof vest, the only killer to fake his own death as well. Like, so I think he's the most like unique. Definitely has one of the better motives in the franchise. Oh yeah, he does. The better motives. And like I said, he's just the smartest. Scott, are you seriously? I think you're a troll, dude. Okay? I think Scott's a troll because, like, what kind of question is that? What would you ever had the chance to go to Stu's house and one day and do a live stream there? Like, what the hell are you saying? Like, see, this is my problem with you, man. Like, I like you and all, but you're being an absolute troll right now, and I don't appreciate that. All right, I'm nice enough to let you be in the chat, but quit trolling. Can you just quit trolling? I mean, would you have the chance to go there yourself and to go to the actual Stu house? I would like to. That would be cool one day. That would be really cool one day. See, Scott, this is the reason why in the other streams, that's the reason why you got blocked multiple times by a whole bunch of moderators because of this crap. Getting some ghost face masks delivered soon. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I think I have a ghost face mask. I actually have a ghost face mask. It's actually I think I might have got rid of it, but I'm not sure. I think I did have it, somewhere. I think I did have it somewhere, I think it's somewhere in my I don't know. I think I threw it away actually. I don't remember, but I did have one. Cuz I used to have it cuz a long time ago I dressed up, but I still like kept it, for like a souvenir or whatever. There's also a Screen 3 Easter egg in a cutting. Oh, I never the cutting room floor. Is that a movie or is that my favorite killer is Screen did really did acting No. No. You seriously okay. So my favorite killer in Screen 2 is Billy's mother. And the actress that played her dressed up as Ghostface, or do you think it was another stunt woman? Like, what kind of question is that? Like, another stunt woman? No, of course it's not a stunt woman. There's a stunt man, but that's it. I'm not even going to answer that. You're just being a troll. And I'm nice enough to let you be in the chat, but that's my fan film. Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot, man. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about you said that it was your fan film. Um, so that's cool. You're gonna be adding a Screen 3 Easter egg, huh? That's pretty cool. And sorry, DJ, about me getting on Scott here, Scott Walker, because he's, as you know, I don't know if you've been hearing, but yeah, Scott Walker is just seems to be a troll sometimes, and I have to kind of get on him, and sometimes, So if he trolls you, let me know, all right? If he tries to say anything hateful to you, just let me know, all right? Because I'll be willing to time him out. Yeah, I mean, I've been dealing with this crap. I mean, this dude, Scott Walker, has been literally in other chats. And he's been trolling he's been trolling a lot of people, being like basically being weird and like being like a stalker, Like, so I had to tell him, I had to tell him, just let me know, like I said, have any problems with them, just let me know. I'll I'll be sure, to time them out. But I don't mean to be like that. I don't, like I said, I don't like to be like that because I'm a nice person. I want everybody to be, I want everybody to get along. I don't want anybody trolling the chat or anything, and I just, you know, that's all I don't want personally, I just want everybody to get along. I'm a nice person. But when you start, when Scott Walker is in here, trolling and all that, no, that becomes a problem. Just finished most of the cat. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out for sure. Definitely want to check that out. And you also said that you're making a Halloween fan film too, right? If I remember, I think you said it was Halloween Retribution, I believe. Sorry about that. It's kind of. But yeah, Scream 3 is like the most underrated like movie, like and the Scream franchise. Like I'm such a defender of it, and everybody knows that how I am. When it comes to Scream 3, like I'm such a defender of it, like because I love it so much. And Roman is my favorite killer. Been slowly getting props and now working on getting the costumes as well. Oh, nice, nice. That's cool, man. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm also working on Halloween Retribution. We start shooting next year for. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. You told me that you're making a Halloween fan film as well. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be very very interesting. The cutting room floor. I can't wait for that film. That's cool that you said that there's gonna be a Screen 3 Easter egg in there. I've been wanting a Screen 3 Easter egg. We start shooting the cutting room floor this October and looking to release it later this year. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome, man. Like, in my opinion. Or, I said in my opinion, sorry. It's going to be awesome. So I'm just kind of getting distracted a little bit, Like I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, Scott Walker, he's a cool guy. And but sometimes he just becomes a troll a little too much. Our Indiegogo's campaign for TCRF launches July 28th. We're going to have all types of perks available. Oh, nice. July 28th is actually in a few weeks. July 28th is not this Friday, but the following Friday. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing, the cutting room floor film. That's going to be very interesting. And yeah, I understand, brother. Sometimes you have to be like that to get people doing something like that. Yeah, this guy Scott Walker, um, a lot of people, a lot of on the Night Watch Jones channel, the Craving Something Scary's channel. He's been, you know, he's been a massive troll in the comments, and they've had to, time him out quite a bit because he's been trolling the chat, making new accounts and all that, trying to find his way back in. He's been, I guess, harassing this girl named Jamie, I believe, in the chat. So that's why I wasn't liking what he was doing in this chat, because it seemed like he was starting to do that here. And I already told him already not to start at that, here, because I will time him out, I hate to do that to anybody, but I hate to do that to people, but that, when it gets to that point, I guess you got to do what you got to do, But yeah, man, I really can't wait till your movie. I'm really excited for it. I'm really, really excited for it. Can't wait to see it, because what's more interesting is that you said that there's going to be a Scream 3 Easter egg in there, which that's going to be really cool. Can't wait for that. What a drink, definitely to keep an eye out. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's been having to tell them, like, Craving Something Scary, the Night Watch Zone, they all had to tell them, they've actually, they had timed him out quite a bit, and he was harassing, like I said, this girl named Jamie or whatever, harassing her. Like, he just kept on harassing it, kept on dragging it on, like he just wouldn't stop. So I definitely got to keep my eye on him, like, because he's been a troll as of late, and he's been actually changing his account and all that, I believe. Like, he's under, like, he keeps changing his account to different people to make it look like he's a different person, like, and he keeps on harassing, like, and people keep on telling him. I'm a nice guy, I try to be nice as possible. But when people do that in the chat, that's not cool. And I'm nice enough to let him be in the chat, Guys like him are what ruin the community. Exactly, yeah. I mean, what kind of person sits there and harasses others in this community, Like, who does that, You don't do that. Everybody's trying to have a good time. And then he's basically wonders why, he gets timed out and all that in chats, is because he's harassing people, So he can't wonder why people are timing him out if he's going to harass people. Like, everybody in this community, I try to be nice to everybody. I want everybody to have a good time. But when it comes to harassment and all that, and hateful speeches or anything in the comments, that's the kind of stuff where I take that, there's no room for that. Period. I don't, I try to be nice, but there's no room for that, and I want everybody to have a good time and not do that to each other. I don't want to see that. I don't want anybody to argue with each other or anything like that over, like, opinions or something, Everybody, is entitled to their, opinions and all that, of course. And I respect everybody's opinion. Everybody's got different views and stuff, but harassment is just on a whole nother level. You just don't do that, 100% agree, mate. Yeah, I try to be nice. I'm a nice person. Like Craven Something Scary says. He doesn't tolerate that stuff on his channel. And I shouldn't tolerate it on here. But I'm nice enough. I'm nice enough to let him be in the chat. Thank you, man. Yeah. I like I said, it just came in the mail today, and I was very excited to show it off to everybody. And sorry, yeah, for the title and all that. I had to change the title and all that because I didn't realize I just put DVD and I forgot to put Blu-ray DVD on there and like on the title. So I had to change all that, um but yeah, I'm very excited to do like another stream like marathon one day, and just watch all of them, like all six. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you have that DVD, by the way? Do you have that? Do you have it in DVD at all, or are you planning on getting it? You missed one of my comments, by the way. I was mentioning my film channel, so you can stay updated with the films. Oh, my bad, man. I was still just kind of, distracted with this guy, Scott Walker, like in the comments here. So you're talking about, is it this comment here, I believe? Indiegogo campaign for the TCRV launches. Yeah, I think you meant that. 1 minute. The channel. Yeah, sorry, man. Like I said, I'm really distracted by this guy, and I don't really want him to be. If he comes back and trolls again, I'm just gonna time him out. Like seriously. Like, so sorry about that if I missed that comment. I think you're talking about. I think you're talking about. Okay, yeah. Can you do that, please? Because I don't remember which comment you were talking about. Sorry about that. I had to bring my desk here. Pull it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I hate to be that way, people. And like I said, I'm sorry. I got distracted, But But yeah, I just try to be, a nice guy, in the community, but people like that, ruin. like you said, the community, and you just don't do that to people. You don't harass people or none of that. You just don't do that type of stuff. When people tell you to quit doing that, you need to stop doing that. And I've already told them millions of times. So yeah, I'm very sorry about that. I mean that, man. Seriously. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, you're talking about your Indiegogo campaign, right? You're talking about your okay, brother. Well, thank you for that, man. Yeah, just like I said, people like that have to do that in the chats. I hate to be like that. There's a lot of people like that, in the community, and you got to watch out for people like that. Talk about your film YouTube. Oh, I don't think that. Did you put it in the chat earlier? Because I don't remember. If you could retype that, I'll retype the channel name. I would greatly appreciate that. Oh, okay. JTG Studios. Let me make sure I didn't miss that because let me see. Okay, yeah, I don't. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll subscribe to their channel right now. Actually, I'll just subscribe right now. Um, so JTG Studios. So it has a black and silver profile picture. Oh, okay. So the okay, so the one with with the movie thing on there, like the white, the black and silver profile picture. You said okay. I'm uh I'm subscribed, so I subscribe to it. Oh yeah, I see the video cutting room floor Indiegogo. Let me watch. Ooh. Let me watch that again, dude. That was so badass. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry for cussing, but wow. Wow. Well done, man. Yeah, I definitely cannot wait for that movie. Definitely cannot wait for that. So you said October it'll be coming out. So 12 years after the events of Scream 4, four Woodsboro High School students may meet their fates. Oh, so it's 12 years after the events of Scream 4. Okay, that's cool. As the infamous Ghostface starts a new killing spree on Halloween night. Oh, it's gonna be on Halloween. Oh, dude, that's fucking sick, bro. I can't wait, dude. Sorry for my language, but yeah, I can't wait for that. Like, I'm excited for that. Oh, okay. So you start shooting it out in October, but you release probably sometime in 2024. Okay, or later this year, right? Yeah, I think you said later this year. Yeah, I'm just excited, man. Like, damn, dude, that's so badass. Like, I get excited when people make come out with fan films, and we need people like that. We need people like you to keep on doing that. Just keep on rolling with it, man. Just keep on doing it. You know. Um, I don't know if you heard of like the Stab like fan films. I think his name is what's his name? Looking back to the community. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Like, I want to do that someday. Maybe one day I will. You know, that'd be really cool to do. Or maybe just make like a costume or something for one, like for a film. I watched the Stab fan films. Oh yeah, yeah. The Stab fan films, like I said, are so good. Like I think there's like 5 or 6, or even like 7, or even more than that. Um, this new one that came out was pretty good. But yeah, I'm really excited for your fan film. Like I said, man, just don't mind the language or anything, but man, I'm just so excited for that shit. Like you don't even know. Same with that Halloween one, but the Scream one, I think I'm more excited for, like just because of the Who Done It factor. Like I like Halloween, but the reason why I like Scream like more than Halloween is because of the Who Done It factor, and it's more humanly, it's more, you know, it's got more humanly elements to it. And you basically got to guess who the killer is. Like as with the Halloween films, you already know like who the killers are. Like you know who the killer is. Like you don't have that same aspect to it like you do with Scream, where you just guess and like theorize. You know, there's a really good one that came out called Scream Live Adult Contest. Oh, yeah, I think I've heard of that before. I think I watched that. I think it was pretty good. My film flips the script with the whodunit factor. Oh, it flips the script. Um, so you mean that you're not going to really have that in there, like in the movie, or do you mean that it's going to have extra whodunit? Because I don't really know what that really means. Flip the script. Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions. I just don't really know what that means necessarily. But yeah, I'm just definitely very excited for that. Like I said, I subscribe to that channel. It's gonna be very, very interesting to say the least. I just can't wait, man. Just can't wait. So are you saying like because you're saying that it's basically gonna flip the script? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, you saying that there isn't gonna be a whodunit factor, or there is? So with the cutting room floor, it's a short film, so I really wanted to focus on the main characters and build this universe out. Since screen factions aren't canon, since this is a direct sequel before. Oh, okay. So it's basically not really a so it's a short film, but it's not really. So is there going to be a reveal, or is it just going to be just Ghostface in the movie and that's it? I'm just very curious. Like, I don't want to like have you give me too much about it because I want to be surprised, but I just want to know like a little. Like, the killers don't reveal themselves, but you'll find out why. Oh, okay. So it won't have a whodunit. Oh, that's interesting. Since it's a short film, but so you'll find out why they don't. That's pretty interesting, though. I'm not even gonna lie, that's kind of different. Even though like Scream is based on like a whodunit, that's very interesting. That you know having the killers not reveal themselves, like that's pretty interesting. That's very interesting. Definitely looking forward to it, man. Like I said, I subscribed to the channel. I do plan on doing a sequel titled A Christmas in Woodsboro, which technically or can take place a few months after the events of the Cutting. Oh my God! So you're basically planning on doing a Christmas version of a Scream film. Like, is that what you mean? Because that's very, very interesting. I've been wanting that. I've been saying how cool it would be to have a Christmas version of a Scream film. Like, man, dude, that's gonna be so awesome. Where the killers do reveal themselves. Oh, okay. So the cutting room floor is basically they're not gonna reveal themselves, but and it's all the second film that you're gonna do, they will. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I've been saying that a Christmas version of a Scream film would be so like sick, Like I've been wanting something like new and fresh. But yeah, definitely looking forward to it, man. Like I said, I'm subscribed to the channel, so I'll be able to, look out for updates and all that for sure. There's a lot of surprises in store. Oh, dude, I can't wait. I'm very excited to see what everyone thinks. Dude, I'm already excited thinking about it right now. Like I said, like just watching that little like teaser. And that little like it's being shot 4K. Oh, dude, that's gonna be sick. 4K, dude, that's gonna look so badass. I'm sorry, like I said, sorry for my language, but man, I'm just so excited for that. Like, we need more people, willing to do that. To expose everything that Hollywood is basically doing wrong. Everybody, people need to, we need more directors, like more like young and up and coming fan filmmakers to really expose all these Hollywood, people because show them how to make a movie because Hollywood is just terrible now. So I'm glad that people like you are making these films to, show that, try to show them basically, I would, that's what I really want. I want people to do that, because these new movies, Hollywood like says just um, a cancer now. And definitely I agree. Yeah, you know, movies nowadays in Hollywood is just a cancer that can't be cured. I guess like can't. Every movie nowadays is just same old crap. Nothing different. No creativity in movies. You know, nothing nowadays. So it's all the same old crap every time. Every movie that gets released, nothing creative. Just I do have some original films planned in the future. Well, that's good. Yeah, just keep on rolling, man, with it. You know, I appreciate you seriously. Like, you got to expose them Hollywood weirdos. Like, of course, I'm still gonna watch, Scream Seven, of course, when it gets released, because it's obviously a Scream film. And it's hard for me not to watch it, even though, yeah, they're not as good as the originals. I've helped produce and write other Halloween films as well. Oh, dude, that's so awesome! That's so awesome! Like, I appreciate you, man. Like, seriously, I think you really need to expose these Hollywood weirdos like out here, like, because these people just don't know how to make movies nowadays. Like, people like you, young filmmakers, they need to, like I said, they need to expose Hollywood, show them how it's done. And I appreciate that. And a lot of these movies, I don't know if you've watched Friday the 13th. I think it's Vengeance, I believe. That movie's so great. Like, it looks so real. There's even a movie with Michael versus Jason, I believe. It's like a short film, which was awesome. But people like that, you know, I appreciate people like you and, a lot of other ones, a lot of other people that do that type of stuff because, like I said, Hollywood nowadays is just, they're a cancer now. They're not, it's not the same no more like they used to be. Like, movies nowadays are basically just not creative no more. Like they. The one I helped produce is the title Halloween Kills Lost Footage. And the one I helped write is called Halloween the Reckoning. Oh yeah, I've actually heard of that. I just never had a chance to watch it. And that's awesome, man. Like, that's freaking awesome. Like I said, just keep on doing what you're doing, man. Just keep on exposing these Holly weirds out here and show them how to make a movie for once. Like I said, Star Wars, all those movies suck nowadays. Even look what happened to Halloween. I mean, Halloween ends. People could say Scream Five was probably the worst Scream film. It was. I think Scream Five was the worst Scream film. Scream Six was a little better, but Scream Six is no better. Yeah, it's not no better than the originals either. Like, it's still not, a great. Um, it's not a great. It's not a great movie, but I do like it more than five. But still, it's still not a great movie. Like, the style of it, still, of course, not great. It's still kind of it's similar to Scream Five, which, yeah, too much repetitive stuff. I definitely try to be as creative as possible with each film. Yeah, that's what matters, man. A lot of these people, though, like I said, that's something that Hollywood doesn't have. They don't have any creativeness, nothing like that. And it's kind of, it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate, that they don't have any, they don't have any filmmakers out here that actually could make a creative film like in Hollywood, like none. I mean, look at Halloween Ends. Look what happened in Scream 5. Scream 5, I think, was probably the worst because, it just didn't seem like a Scream film, in my opinion. I'm gonna go live with you one day and talk about these projects. Oh, dude, that'd be so awesome. Yeah, one day we will have to, we will have to definitely go live with each other and collab with each other for sure. Even if it's on, like I said, I'll have to figure out like how to invite you and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll definitely be down for that. One day. That would be pretty cool. Me and you could just talk about, your, fan films, your upcoming fan films and all that. That would be pretty fun. I think Scream 6 has the second best opening. Yeah, Scream 6's opening was way better than the first, I think. Not better than the first, but it's better than Scream 5. Definitely better than Scream 5. Like the openings is more creative, Scream 5 is the worst, but I like some of the ideas that are brought to the table. Yeah, definitely. I like some of the ideas, you know, but I just wish they would have added more chase scenes, given the fact that they were showing tribute to Wes Craven, something that screams about. It's about, the chase scenes and would have liked to have more of that and just more creativity. Because now we got new technology and all that, I want to see like Ghostface like use different weapons, I want creative kills and all that. I want to see him use like a pitchfork and all that kind of stuff, Just get creative, like have him use like new weapons. You don't have to have like a pitchfork be his main weapon. He can still use the buck knife. I'm just saying. Let's just say he's buy one or like buy like a wrench or something. He could just grab it and just, like stuff like that, just creativeness. The holiday scene with the voice changer is my favorite scene from the film. Definitely was inspiring. Right. Oh, you're talking about Scream 5. Yeah, I love that scene too. The only thing I hated was the way that how Dewey got killed. That's probably like the only thing I hated. I just don't believe for a second that Dewey is that stupid to remember that you have to shoot him in the head, like, because even though, like, yeah, Sydney had to tell him in Scream 3, to shoot him in the head, but shoot Roman in the head, but, he still knew, he still should have known to shoot him in the head right then and there, that's why I have a problem with his death. I don't mind him dying and getting killed off or anything. Well, I wish they would have just kept him alive, but should just let him live. But yeah, the execution of his death just wasn't. It wasn't right to me. I think he was done. I feel like he was done dirty in a lot of ways. One of the masks for the film just shipped perfect time. Oh, nice. That's cool, man. Yeah, just keep on doing your thing. You gotta show these people how to make movies. But yeah, I am gonna, get ready to sign off here, man. I appreciate your, you popping in. Dewey's death was BS, but his actual death was sick. Fun fact: in the game Call of Duty, where the character and one of the was in his hand. Yeah. Oh yeah, his death was pretty brutal. Like it seemed like a Mortal Kombat. It seems like a Mortal Kombat kind of style kill, like a fatality, kind of like a finish him type of kill. Like you know, just the brutalness of it. That's the way what I thought of like Mortal Kombat fatality. You know, finish him. Like that's what it seemed like, and when he just kicked him down, that was it. That was brutal. Dewey's still alive in my film universe. Oh yeah, for sure. Or what am I saying? That's awesome, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm kind of off right now. I'm kind of getting a little sleepy. Um, but man, that's awesome. Yeah, I love Dewey as a character. He was just icon. He's just an iconic character, you know. Um, I felt like they should have did a little better with his death. Like, yeah, his kill scene, his death was lame, but I think his actual death, like the way he got killed, was pretty brutal. Like I said, it seems like it reminds me of the Mortal Kombat, finish him, fatality, Like I don't know, I don't know why I think that. It's just it seems like a fatality type kill, like in like Mortal Kombat, like a finish him type kill. But no worries, brother. Always have a pleasure speaking to you, my friend. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah, you too, man. Thank you for showing support. Um, like I said, be on the lookout for more live streams. Like I said, and yeah, one day that'd be cool to be able to collab with you or something. Just talk about these projects, like you said. Um, but yeah, thank you for all the support, everyone in the chat. Even though I had to deal with Scott Walker earlier, a little bit ago, like sorry about that. Like I said, but sometimes you got to do it with some people, um, especially when it comes to harassing and trolling and all that. That becomes a problem, Um, but nonetheless, we still had a good time. I'm not gonna let him ruin my night or anything, or you know, me and you still had a good time. Thank you, like I said, Russell, Craven as well. Thank you all for coming in tonight in the chat. I appreciate all the support. Um, and with that being said, everybody, good night. One minute. I'm gonna read this chat real quick before I go. Yeah, again, I can't blame you. Sometimes you gotta put people on the plate. Yeah, I hate when it has to come to that, but you know, I still had a good night. Still had a great stream, and thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it as well. I appreciate that, man. Seriously. Um, but anyways, yeah, I am gonna get out of here for sure this time. I just wanted to read that chat real quick, but with that being said, everybody, have a great night, and be sure to catch me tomorrow night on Craving Something Scary's live stream. It'll be me. I shot him 6 times, and on Craven's channel, we're just basically going to be talking horror tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that, and be sure to join in, in the conversation tomorrow. Um, with that being said, though, everyone have a great night, and hope to see you on Craven's channel. Good night, everyone.